So, again, I've given you a snapshot of a wave. We did 2 questions like this last time, just kind of revising that idea once again. So, you got a snapshot of a wave, which is this, and snapshot t equal to 0. The point should be noted at 2 root 2 4. This is the apex of this. And then some things are written 1.5, 3.5, 5.5. A certain point P whose angle, or this will be the slope, right? It's forming the tangent is forming a 60-degree angle with the horizontal. And it's given that at time t equal to 0 Vp, this is particle speed, is 20 root 3 centimeter per second. Plus means it's going upwards. So, you can even say it's a transverse wave because it's anyway going upwards. So what is the wave equation if it's a sine wave? So if it is a wave equation, so we know that a wave equation means what? Y equal to A sine omega t plus or minus kx plus y naught. This is a general equation. So which are the things which are obvious here?
C.
C is the wave speed. What is obvious? How do you know wave speed? Which is wave speed? Tell me wave speed.
4 was
4? How 4?
60 into wave speed is particle speed at point.
So could you say that how did you get that wave speed? Okay, get me the obvious things first. Now, what is the amplitude?
4.
Amplitude is 4 centimeter. You can see that here, right? What is the wave speed? So here we can say del y by del t is equal to minus c del y by del x. What is del y by del t? Plus 20 root 3. What is del y by del x? Tan 60. Tan 60 is root 3. So what is c? So c is minus 20. There it is, we have got the speed. Did you mean that? Okay. You could explain, I could say So, minus 20 means which way is it going? It is going to the left. If it is going to the left, then what can we say? What will be this?
Plus.
Yes, it will be plus. We got this plus. What else can we find? Do you know k? 2 pi by lambda. What is lambda?
3.
How much is lambda? 2. How? 4. One cycle won't you complete? Lambda is 4. Do I have to explain this? Lambda is 4. So lambda is 4. There you got it. And what is omega? Omega is k times c. We know c, we know k. I got my omega also. So I have still to get phi naught. So further, what is del y by del t, which will be omega a cos omega t plus kx plus phi naught at t equal to 0 and x equal to 0. What can I say about the particle speed? Now I've written the things in red in black now. So are they visible now? Are we together? I'm just repeating it quickly. This was the equation of the wave in general, sine wave. 4 centimeters the amplitude. From the relation that particle speed is 20 root 3, I use this relation. This is the particle speed and wave speed relation. So from this I get the wave speed because this is the slope at p, tan 60. And minus 20 tells me the wave is going to the left. So hence I have put a plus sign here. Omega t plus kx. So that is the equation. K is known 2 pi by lambda. Lambda is from here to there. This is lambda. Right? And I know my omega because omega is kc. I know k here, I know c from here. So what is left out is phi naught. So what is the particle speed? Particle speed is omega a cos phi naught at x equal to 0, t equal to 0. That is this point. Now here, the slope is again positive. Can you not see this is the slope? So anything which has a positive slope has a positive speed. So this will also be positive. I don't know what it is, but I know it's positive. If it is positive, the cos phi naught has to be what? Either it can be, and I know the value also, sorry. Oh, by the way, I should have got the cos phi naught earlier itself. We can substitute here at 2 root 2 is equal to 4 sine omega t plus kx plus phi naught. At t equal to 0, x equal to 0, the value is 2 root 2. So what is sine phi naught? Sine phi naught is equal to 1 by root 2, which means phi naught is either pi by 4 or 3 pi by 4. One of the two things is right. So what will it be? Will it be cos pi by 4 or will it be cos 3 pi by 4? I want the answer as positive. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2, this is minus 1 by root 2, hence this is not right and this is right. So there I have found my phi naught, that's all. I found all aspects and that's the wave equation. With the initial condition given, we can find the looks of this wave. Is it okay? So that's a third question in the same kind. Last time, that's what we learned. At t equal to 5 seconds, a certain wave is given by y equal to 2 cos 0.5x. This is the shape. This is a yx graph, as you can see. So instead of the snapshot, I have written an equation. And the wave is traveling in the minus x direction with a frequency 100 hertz. At t equal to 9.8 second, what will be the y looking like? So what is the snapshot at 9.8 second? You have been shown a snapshot earlier. So later, how does the wave look like? वो बचपन की फोटो दिखाई और जवानी का फोटो बना रहा है. So how do you make it? That's the idea. So last time we learned that any function fx, if it is traveling in the positive x direction, what is the subsequent function? How do you write it? If it's traveling with the speed c, how do you write it? Did we not do it? Fx, the wave graphical representation of a wave. Have a look and tell me, na? That's the final scenario. But what do you do actually? Right then, what did you do?
X plus minus c.
Which one? If it's traveling in the positive x direction.
Minus c.
What do you replace with what?
X by minus. X.
You replace x with x minus ct. That's all. Fx if you have and it's traveling in the positive x direction, you replace x with x minus ct. You don't look at what the function is. जो भी होता है हमें क्या करना है? x को उठा के x minus ct कर दो, बाकी जो होगा देखा जाएगा. So what will be this function? The function here is this is the function. So here it will become like this. Y is equal to 2 cos 0.5. Now this is traveling in the negative x direction. So what should I replace it by?
X plus c.
X plus ct. Now this time is a time which elapses because initial one was done at fx was at t equal to 0. Subsequently it was asked at t. But here what is initial time?
4.5.
Initial time is 5 seconds. And subsequently if the time is t, how much time elapses?
4.5.
No, just say t minus 5. Yeah, the time which elapses will be t minus 5. That's what you do now. The time right now minus initial time is the time elapsed. What we are calling as t is actually delta t. So delta t here is this minus this. So this will be the general equation of the wave at any time t. And what do you want? You want it at t equal to 9.8 seconds. You want it at 9.8 seconds. And what is C? C we can figure out. C is, what is this?
K.
That's K, right? So C is omega by K. And omega is 2 pi F by K. Do you know F?
Yes.
Here. Do you know K? There. Job done? That's all. This is equal to 2 pi into 100 by K, which is 0.5. I leave it here. So when you simplify this, whatever you get is the answer. Is it okay? I've replaced x with x minus ct. No, x plus ct because it's traveling in the negative x direction. And t is not t, t is delta t, time elapsed. Therefore I write it as t minus 5 because the beginning thing is given at 5. That's all. So don't worry about calculating it, just get the idea. We move on. The next question, did we do a question like 6 by x square? Particle speed क्या है? 6 by x square is the wave function and the particle speed. Okay, one more question. Y equal to 6 by x square and t equal to 0. Like SI system.
Now we cannot see at the corner of the board.
You can't see my left hand palm. Left palm, can you see?
Yes, sir.
Can you see my left palm, the one I'm flexing now?
Yes, sir.
That is the corner where I'm writing.
So the above part.
This t equal to 0.
Above
Don't worry, I have not written much there. It is SI system. Okay, I'll rub this off. This is so and so in SI system. Yeah, is that okay? What is the particle speed at x equal to 2 and y equal to 2? So 2 will be 2 meters and t equal to 2 seconds. Yeah, meanwhile, can I rub the left side? Now, sometimes don't think it's not a wave function because I can define the domain like that. Let us say this is the domain for x between 0 and 10. So now you don't have to worry, it doesn't become undefined or something. Okay, once in a while they might not give you the domain, but since they're saying a wave function, they will take care of it. We're anyway to find at 2 meters, so we don't bother about it. So, this is the function given. So first of all, what is the wave function? This is the function at t equal to 0, which means what is given to you is again a snapshot. So what will be the wave function? Give me the wave function.
X plus minus c.
Y is equal to, don't say plus minus, you know, okay, I haven't given you. It should be going 2 meters per second in positive x direction. Okay, now can you tell me?
X minus ct.
X minus ct, but what is ct?
2 into
It will be x minus 2t the whole square, is it okay?
yes sir.
X has been replaced, replace x with x minus ct, which is x minus 2t here because c equals to. You got this? Particle speed will be this, del y by del t. So differentiate with respect to time, partial derivative, and then get the answer. Once you get the value of the function, put x equal to 2 and t equal to 2 in this, waiting for your answer. Tell me how much you get. That's your answer.
Negative 3.
Minus 3.
Negative 3.
Minus 3, are you getting?
Yes sir. Negative.
Yes, the answer is,
Negative.
yeah, did you get negative?
Yes.
Minus 3 meters per second. Yeah, do I have to tell you how this goes? Partial derivative. With respect to time, you can differentiate. X is a constant. So this will be 6 into this function power minus 2. 6 into minus 2, this function power minus 3 into minus 2. And then you substitute these values and you get it. Far side is disconnected. Great. Yeah, so we are going to the second section, stationary waves. So let's have a look. What is this? The other second section is stationary waves in strings, and the third section is stationary waves in pipes. These are the second and third section. So that's what I've written there. So this is over. So let's move on to this. So this is the second section out of the 5 sections in which I'll be doing waves. Let us take a wave which is like this: A sine kx minus omega t. Now I can write omega t minus kx or kx minus omega t. It is the same thing. It's only a question of phase difference. So I'm writing it like that. So what happens if two waves, if one moves this way and the other moves this way? If two trains come on the same track they are heading towards each other, they are heading for disaster. They are about to witness a collision. But what if they are wave trains? If they are wave trains, they will simply pass through each other. There is no collision. That's the difference between particle train and wave train. So two waves, they can coexist at a point, and we give the displacement by y is equal to y1 plus y2. This is called the superposition principle. Right? So, if you have one wave like this and the other wave, the same kind of a wave, but its only difference is, what is the difference, you tell me? Yeah, the wavelength, frequency, the wave itself is same, everything is same, except the wave is going in the opposite direction. I could have written one delta 1, delta 2 as a phase difference, and that won't make much of a difference, so I don't want to just write it. So it can be written, no problem. The initial, you put a phase constant here, phi 1, phi 2, like that you can put. So if these two waves are intermingling or superimposing, what will happen? What will happen is, we have to simply add and see what happens. So what is y? This plus this. What is sine c plus sine d? 2 sine c plus d by 2 cos c minus d by 2. In this case it will become 2a, this plus this by 2 is sine kx, and this minus this by 2 is cos omega d. Is that okay? This is called the equation of the stationary wave. What is a stationary wave? You will discover as we talk, but let us give a name called stationary wave, whatever that means. You will, by the end of this discussion, you will be able to understand what a stationary wave is. I want to discover it. So this happens. This is a stationary wave equation, and here, this part is called the spatial term. Okay, not a special term, it is a spatial term, something, the space coordinate. And the other part, this is called temporal term. In the word temporary means something to do with time, for a short time. Temporal is to do with time. It is a time term. Is it okay? Now, so then nothing.
So why did the minus come on omega t when they are traveling in the opposite direction?
Yeah, because it will be oppositely signed, it is traveling in the positive x direction. This is same sign, so it is traveling in negative x direction. How do you express a term, a wave going in the opposite direction? Yeah, we
So
have
why
learned
can't we
that.
write omega t minus kx?
Yeah, of course you can write. I'm writing it, so I'm just writing it this way. You can write that way also, no problem. I'm just saying that we have been writing omega t minus kx, so don't get fixated कि अच्छा omega t minus kx लिखना होता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. kx minus omega लिख सकते हैं. तो मैं आज ऐसे लिख रहा हूँ, right? कैसे भी लिख सकते हैं. Plus theta naught लिखेंगे तो वो भी लिख सकते हैं. So write it as some other. The only point I'm talking about is, are these two waves going in opposite direction? That's all. That's the only point. Nothing to do with sine or cos. This could have been written cos also. If you write it, you will not find sine here. You might find cos here and cos there or something like that, depending on what is that expression in trigonometry. But the term which contains x is called spatial term. The term which contains time is called temporal term. Nothing to do with cos or sine. Is that okay? And further, this term as a whole, this box which I have put, is called the amplitude of the stationary wave. This is called the amplitude of the stationary wave. Yes?
Sir, amplitude x पे dependent है.
Yes.
हमारे quantum.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be asking you that question. That's right. We'll discover it. So just get familiar with this equation. Meanwhile, I'll give a small example of superposition. Let us say there are two pulses. 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's say this is a pulse which is traveling in 0.5 centimeter per second. This is the height of the pulse, which is 2 centimeter. Yeah, you can see it. The height of the pulse is 2 centimeters. It's a triangular pulse. And on this side you have -1, -2, -3. So we have a, this is also in centimeters, the x-axis. This is a square pulse which is traveling with 0.5 centimeter per second to the right. So two pulses are traveling and their speed is 0.5 centimeter per second. So can you draw this picture after 2 seconds? This is the picture at t equal to 0. So sketch the pulses at t equal to 2 seconds. So at t equal to 2 seconds, how will they look like? So I just plot this again, 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. How much will you travel further in 2 seconds? You will be traveling further by 1 centimeter. So I will draw this pulse 1 centimeter that way. So I'll start from -1 and take it to 1. So it will look like this, -1 to 1. Is it okay? I'll draw it in a dotted form. The pulse has gone there. The height of the pulse is 2 centimeter. For both the square pulse and the triangular pulse, they are of the same height. Yeah. Where will be the triangular pulse? The triangular pulse will advance by 1 centimeter. So you will draw it here between 0 and 2. Is it okay? Just draw it independently as if they can coexist. Now, y is equal to y1 plus y2 means what? Now between -1 and 0, you only have this pulse, so I will now darken it. You don't have anything else, that is only the square pulse. Between 0 and 1, both the square pulse portion and the triangle exists. So this line, what's the value here? This is 2 and this value is 0. So it starts here. What's the value here? This is 2 and the value of the triangle is also 2. So 2 plus 2 will be 4. So this portion will be like this. Is that okay? You can think of this. Please explain it. Add it up. y1 plus y2. y1 plus y2 here would mean y square, the square pulse and y triangle pulse. Add up the value of the square and the triangle. What is the value of the square here? Square is 2 centimeter. What is the value of the triangle here? 2 centimeter. What is 2 plus 2? 4. 2 plus 2, 4. And beyond that, the square vanishes. Now you only have the triangle. So what is the value of the triangle plus 0? It will be just a triangle, so you just come back again and do this. This is the picture. The blue one is the picture. Yeah, can you see the blue one?
Yes.
I'm putting a double line there.
No.
I'm putting a double line so that you can see it now. This is how the superimposed pulse will look like. Yeah, can you see it now? So draw y1, draw y2, and at every point add y1 plus y2. And whatever shape comes, that's it.
Yes, sir.
And next moment, again draw it and see what is the shape. So it will be complicated to draw the shapes at all moments, but this is the idea. So we do it mathematically. This is just to tell you how it happens. That's what we have done here. We've added the two. When the waves go, we add everything. That's called the superposition principle. This is the superposition principle. That's what we are using to understand this phenomena called stationary waves. Now, I'll talk about this equation a little later, but I just want to say something about reflection. So there is a property of reflection which you just observe what is happening. So I'm going to give you some rules, or rather why don't you write it? Write down. Whenever a wave reflects from a denser medium or fixed end, it undergoes a phase change of pi. Why this happens, I'll explain it in the last section of this portion of this section. But right now I'm just telling you what happens. Why happens, don't worry. What happens, I've told you. What it means, I'm explaining you now. See, a pulse is going. See, this is the pulse. And it's a wall. You can call this a fixed end. It can be like this, or it can be like this. A thick rope and then a thin rope. So here the speed in a thicker rope speed is less. So this is what it means to say denser medium. C2 is less than C1. So this is denser. Denser doesn't mean in terms of density, it means in terms of speed. This is rarer. So C2 is less than C1 is an idea of denser medium. Okay? Now, if this pulse goes there, what happens? How does it get reflected? Now, at reflection, think of it like this, as if it has gone inside. And now what you do is, this is step 1. And step 2, make a phase in your pi, just invert it. So, the whole thing ये ऐसा है तो ऐसा कर दो. This is the phase change of pi, 2. And now you reflect. Reflection means take it like this and put it like this. So if it reflects, it will become like this. So how does it go subsequently? Subsequently, it will go like this. So if this is how it looked in the forward journey, in the reverse journey it will look like this. Is it okay? What the phase change of pi means? That's what happens. And again, if it hits this end, what will happen? It's the wall again. Again a similar phenomenon. जो नीचे था उल्टा हो जाएगा फिर से ऊपर हो जाएगा. Then it will again go like that. Yeah, that's what. So in the forward journey, this will be like up facing bubble, and return journey it will be a down facing bubble. So that's what happens. Why it happens? Because a denser medium. Wall means it's very dense. The speed is 0 beyond the wall. Or it's a fixed end. Here also it will become the same thing. See, I draw it here. This is the moment. So what will happen is, beyond this the picture looks like this. Next moment, there will be two portions. One will be reflected and other will be transmitted. The reflected will look like this. For the same reason. But I have taken the amplitude a little smaller. How much will be smaller, we'll see that later. But the one which is going ahead, nothing happens. The same thing happens. It will just go like it went. Only the portion will be small because the amplitude has to do with energy. So it will become a little less. Because the same thing is being shared. What went is now into two portions. One which went ahead, one which came back. So in transmission what happens? Nothing happens. In reflection only this happens, and that too if it reflecting from a denser medium. So it can be called a fixed end or a denser medium like that. Alright. This is called a free end. I am drawing it now. Free end means it's like this. Suppose you create a hook like that. If you have a hook and you create a pulse there. So this goes and hits it. This is a free end. prevents it from falling down. But at the same time, it can move up and down. Fixed means this point cannot move. This people can move, but that point is attached to the, it is fixed. It cannot even budge from the place. This is, has some kind of freedom. Like if you are chained to a spot, even with a chain you can go a little here and there. You are not free to run away, but you are free to move, right? Any animal, like you tie it to a tree, a cow tied to a tree can graze the grass around the tree. So something like that, some minimum freedom is there. Now what happens? Well, what happens is this happens. Why this? Because this doesn't happen. The flipping doesn't happen. So here this will be 1 and that's all. Then it flips and comes back. There is only reflection. Yeah, is it okay? This will happen for the free end, or it will happen if it's the other way around. What's the other way around? I'm running it here and showing it. You can draw it like this. Suppose it goes like this. Now, this will be considered a rarer medium. Yeah, because this was the scenario, right? C1 is greater than C2, the opposite of this. So now here if you have a pulse, how does it come back? C2, C1 is greater than C2. So here, when it goes further, beyond this it will go like this itself. I'm not worried about the amplitude, just understand that. And because it's a rarer medium, nothing happens. And as far as the reflection is concerned, there also nothing happens. You'll have two bubbles kind of like that coming back. Is that okay? Here I am showing what doesn't happen, here I am showing what happens. So when a wave reflects from a fixed end or from a denser medium, it undergoes a phase change of pi. That's all. Why it happens, I'll explain later. So don't ask why now, I am telling you what happens. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to give you a pulse and you have to draw the pulse at different times. So let us see. So this is the incident pulse, reflected pulse, incident pulse, reflected pulse, transmitted pulse, incident pulse, reflected pulse, transmitted pulse, incident pulse, reflected pulse. So they are shown in pairs, okay? One is before, the other is after. Before and after reflection, what happens?
सर
Yeah.
सर फ्री एंड पे है ना, वो रिफ्लेक्ट कैसे हुआ? मतलब उसके राइट साइड में कोई टेंशन वगैरह कुछ नहीं है, तो फिर मेरे वहाँ पे ही मर जाने चाहिए थी।
मैंने बोला ना, मैं हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ क्या? इंग्लिश में बोला कि भाई नहीं बता रहा, अभी हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ। तुम पूछ रहे हो क्यों, मैं बोल रहा हूँ क्या, क्यों बाद में बताया जाएगा, राइट? अभी क्यों मत पूछो, क्या होता है बता रहा हूँ। आर यू ओके कि क्या होता है?
हाँ सर, ओके।
हाँ ठीक है, क्यों बाद में बताऊंगा। डोंट वरी, आई अंडरस्टैंड, दैट्स व्हाई आई सेड अभी मत पूछो, अभी मैं बता नहीं सकता, बाद में मैथमेटिक्स डिराइव करूंगा। राइट? एक मिनट, क्या क्या चेंज होगा, क्या क्या होगा, वो सब दूसरी बात है। मैं जो हो रहा है बस वो बता रहा हूँ, बस कुछ नहीं बताया मैंने, जस्ट ये बताया कि फेज चेंज ऑफ पाई होगा। इज इट ओके? डोंट स्पेक्युलेट कि क्या क्या होगा। या आई वाइप दिस ऑफ, आई एम गिविंग यू अ क्वेश्चन, जस्ट हैंडल दिस मच। How will the shape look like is my question. So let's see. Let's say this is a pulse, which is, I'll take this as the free end and this as the fixed end, as you can see, and let's say this is the distance L. The speed of the pulse is c. So how does the pulse look like to begin with? The pulse look like this. Okay, it is asymmetric. यहाँ पे you want me to give the values also? Okay, I'll put it. This is 1 centimeter, 1, 1, and this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's length 4. Something like that. 3:1 ratio. Tan theta is 3:1. That's the slope here. This is 1:1. 45 degrees and whatever else that is. So this is a triangular asymmetric pulse. If you want to, I want to call it that way. I'll call it. It's triangular and it is asymmetric. So I'm doing it asymmetric because then I will exactly know whether you get what I'm saying or not. So draw the. This is at t equal to 0. You have to sketch it or draw the shape of pulse at t equal to L by C, 2L by C, 3L by C and 4L by C. So L by C is the time it will take to cover that much length to go to the other side of the wall and then again come back to the same side and then go back and then come back. ये journey to and fro 4 बार जाएगा. So at this point, other in between nothing happens except the shape remains the same. It travels. The shape change might happen at any of those instances. So let's see. So how do I draw t equal to L by C first? So draw the thing. This is the. Now, just draw this as if it has, so L by C, as if it enters it, draw it like that. So it will look like this. This is 1, 1 and this is like that. Yeah, is it okay? 1, 1, 3, 1. Is it? Imagine as if it has entered the wall. It has gone into the virtual world. And you can see it. Now it's a fixed end. So what will you do? The first thing is you will flip it. So if it flipped, it will now look like this. Flip it this way. So it will look like this. This is position 2. And now flip it this way. That's how it will look. Is it okay? 1, 2, 3. So now we are flipping it about this axis. So the wave travels now. So if you draw between, this is not necessary but just to show you. So before it reaches this end, how does it look? It just looks like that. Just is going ahead. Shape remains same. So I have drawn this. Now I want to draw this. So how does it look like when it comes to the free end? So when it comes to the free end, here is how I draw it. T equal to 2L by C. So let's take the free end and this is the fixed end and that's the L. So make this enter it. So if it enters it, and now do what? You don't do this. Just do this. If you just do this, it looks like this. Yeah, should I leave it here? This is T equal to 2L by C. But look, initially it was going T equal to 0, but now it has flipped and ये उल्टा जा रहा है. And फिर 3L by C पे क्या होगा? 3L by C पे क्या होगा? फिर से उधर पहुंच जाएगा. It will go like this. फिर पलटी खाएगा. फिर इधर आएगा. Yeah, can you see that? Is it okay? It is flipped. And then finally, at t equal to 4L by C, it will look like this again. I'm just so this is how it looked like at 4L by C. So you can say the time period of this pulse is 4L by C. Because after 4L by C, it regains its original shape. After 12 by, the time period is not 12 by C because there is a flipping there. Is it okay? Had both sides been free ends, then the time period would have been 12 by C. So when that's the flipping business, are you okay with this? Free end, fixed end, and same thing, denser medium, inner medium, it's the same thing. And here I am assuming that on reflection, it is an ideal reflection, total energy is reflected. If the reflection is not ideal, what will happen? The amplitude will become less. The shape remains the same. Yeah? Likewise, when transmission happens, if it is ideal transmission, the entire thing goes. Otherwise, it is a lesser amplitude. That part we'll do later. Energy will be less, but you've done that. So with that background, we are again going back to the stationary wave, the equation. But so far we have only seen mathematically what is happening. Now I am going to show you what is happening step by step as a graphical picture. So you will appreciate what's going on. So shall I wipe this off? Lilia? So I take an incident wave which hits a wall on the right. Now what will happen is, from the wall the wave will get reflected and you will have a reflected wave. The incident wave, now is, unlike the previous question, these are not pulses. Pulse means just one or two, a wave train, couple of them. But here the wave means it goes on coming. So this comes on and then it comes back. So what will happen is, they will superimpose. In particles what will happen? The traffic is going from this side and then they realize it's a roadblock. Then people do a U-turn, then you will have a traffic jam. भाई ये वापस आ रहा है, अरे ये क्या उल्टा चला रहा है, अरे आगे रास्ता बंद है, and there is a jam. But in wave there is no jam. The waves will go past each other. What you will have is a superposition. Yeah, is it okay? So that's the picture I am showing. So let us fill in a table here. So let's do it for different times. This is t equal to 0, t equal to t by 4, t equal to t by 2, 3t by 4, and finally, yeah, where I missed it. Okay, I'll create one more gap here. Yes, this is t by 4, t by 2, 3t by 4t there. Right? Now what is the incident wave? Incident wave is A sine. Now look, I have written omega t minus kx. Somebody was asking why should I not write kx minus omega t. ये लो तुम्हारे लिए ये लिख दिया. कुछ भी लिख सकता है, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Cos भी लिख सकता हूँ. Now, what will be the reflected wave? Reflected wave will be something which incident wave is going to the right. Reflected wave will go to the left, therefore it will be A sine omega t plus kx. At the wall you get an extra phase of pi, plus pi. That's the bonus phase as per what we have learned just now. Is that okay? And then what happens? What happens is yi plus yr. And then you will have a graph. So make sure you are drawing a table with so many columns and rows. ये भरेंगे हम. As we fill it, we'll be able to appreciate what is happening. That's the graph. What graph? It will be a graph between y and x. Y, x. Yeah, is it okay? What we are going to do, we are going to fill this graph. So I have incident, I have reflected omega t plus kx plus pi. This and this will superimpose, we write it here, and whatever this comes, we will draw it here. So we will know step by step what is happening, how the string looks like. Think of this is like on a string, the transverse way moving on a string. So what will be the shape of the string we will be able to, so I am not showing you a video, but I am showing you after some time. So when you see photographs after some time, and if you play it together, it's what is a video, right? Animation simply means photos moving fast, with the gaps very small. So you have a video without having one. So let's begin. So let me finish, let me write this first. So what is the, at t equal to 0, put t equal to 0, you get a sine minus kx. This is minus a sine kx. Put t equal to 0, sine 180 plus theta is minus sine theta. This is also minus a sine kx. What is that? This plus this. This is minus 2a sine kx. How do you draw minus 2a sine kx? Like this. Is it okay? The amplitude will be 2a. Minus 2a, and that is one wavelength. I am just drawing, this is lambda by 2 and this is lambda. I am showing it for one wavelength, you can show it for other wavelengths. One cycle is shown means the rest of it is understood. इसके आगे सीन ऐसा होगा. खींचते जाओ, starting कैसा है दिखा दिया. Yeah, is it okay? That's the picture we get. Next, what do we do? T by 4. T by 4 means what? T by 4, or what is omega t by 4? Omega t by 4 is 2 pi by 4. This is pi by 2. Omega t is 2 pi. Understand this?
Yes, sir.
So omega t by 4, if you write pi by 2, I'll have to put pi by 2 here. What is a sine pi by 2 minus kx? A sine 90 minus theta. A cos theta. This will become a cos kx. Here I put a sine pi by 2 plus pi, 3 pi by 2. A sine 3 pi by 2 plus kx. This will be in the third quadrant. This will become minus a cos kx. Is it okay? This plus this will be 0. And the shape will be 0 means just I am putting a different color, 0. This is where the string is. The string can dance, but this says the string is 0. So it's a flat string. It's gone up and now it has gone down and gone up and now it's become flat. For this instant. Next instant it won't be looking like this. Yes? Can you fill in the next two? Complete करो. यही काम करना है तुमने. Complete करो. उसके बाद मैं बात करता हूँ. दो मैंने बताया, दो तुम बताओ. आखिरी वाला क्या होगा? Yeah, take your time, fill in. I'm just writing this parts t by 2 and that will help you. T by 2 is, what is omega t by 2? It will be pi. Then you have 3t by 4. 3t by 4, what is omega 3t by 4? This will be 3 pi by 2. And obviously T means omega t. Omega t means 2 pi. So rather I'll put the heading as t or omega t, and that will be 0 or omega 0. So we have a conversion there also. At different times, what's the value of omega t I have written there. So YR is the reflected wave. Yeah, तीसरा वाला A sin pi minus kx is A sin kx. Sin 180 minus theta is sin theta. A sin pi plus pi, 2 pi plus kx. Sin 2 pi plus theta is sin theta. Is again A sin kx. And what is the result of these? 2A sin kx. Add up these two. 2A sin kx we will draw like this. साइन ग्राफ ये माइनस 2a है, ये प्लस 2a है, तो देखो ये नीचे वाला था ऊपर हो गया, ऊपर वाला था नीचे हो गया. And then you have 3 pi by 2 sin 3 pi by 2 minus kx, third quadrant. The sign is negative, so this will be minus a sin kx. This is 3 pi by 2 plus pi, 5 pi by 2. So 3 pi by 2 plus pi, 5 pi by 2 मतलब 2 pi हो गया. This is again the first quadrant. So that will be a sin kx. When you add these two, you get 0. So how will the shape look like? The string will be flat. And finally, omega 2 pi means it's a repetition. The whole, it has gone through one cycle. So obviously, at time period t, it will be a copy paste of the first row. T equal to 0. That's why it's called a time period. So ऊपर जो लिखा है वो उठा के नीचे लिख दो. ऐसा होना ही चाहिए. तभी तो उसको time period बोलते हैं. So the graph is a repetition of what happened earlier. Well, that's it. So I've shown you different stages of that rope. Now this whole thing happens very fast. Suppose the frequency is 100 hertz or 50 hertz. This is happening 50 times per second, 100 times per second. By the way, your AC is something like this. It's a 50 hertz AC we have. 50 times per second, it goes through that cycle. So if this happens very fast, how will the rope look like? Initially the rope will look like this, then it looks like this, then it looks like this, in between it will look like this because it has to become flat, and while coming down it has to look like this. When you see the rope, you will see all these positions together. When a fan is stationary, you can see the 3 fins separately, but when the fan is switched on, it's going at a great speed. What do you see on top? You don't see fins, you see disc. If we don't have a standard 3-fin fan, there are 4-fin fans and 6-fin fans, etc. Nowadays, a lot of fins are coming. But I don't tell you how many fins are there. I switch on the fan and ask you, "Batao kitna fin hai?" You will not be able to say. A lucky guess is different, but not necessary. दिखता थोड़ी है, डिस्क दिखेगा पूरा. पर जब रोकते हैं, फिर देख रहे हैं इसमें तो 4 है. वो घूमता है तो you only see that very fast. So this rope is going very fast up and down like that. So what you will see is a buzz like this. You will see this is called a loop. What is the loop length? lambda by 2. Lambda by 2. Can you see that? The loop length is lambda by 2. And in this case, there are points which are not moving at all. See, ये point है moving नहीं करता है. At all times, it is stationary. Such points which do not move at all are called nodes. It's not as, see, this point may be attached, that's why it's not moving, but that's not necessarily the condition. It may not be moving even if it's not attached. Particles around it are dancing like anything, and this fellow is not moving at all. Disco floor पे बीचों बीच सो रहा है. ये कैसे? सोने का जगह नहीं मिला क्या? नहीं, ऐसे ही है. सब लोग नाच रहे हैं बट ये सोता है. अरे हमेशा सोता है, ऐसा नहीं कि गिर गया तो एक मोमेंट के लिए रेस्ट पे है. Yeah, can you understand that? That is a node. And the ones which are wildly dancing, this is going to the topmost point and coming to the lowermost. This is called antinode. So appreciate node and antinode. Node. So can you see that this kind of phenomena happens? And each point is having a different amplitude. There are points which have zero amplitude. Which ones are those? Nodes. There are points which have the maximum amplitude. What is the maximum amplitude here? 2A. Which is that point? This one. Utna upar or फिर utna नीचे. And there are in between points without any special names. They may have an amplitude of A or A by 2 or 3A by 2. So this is called, the 2A is called A max. That is the maximum amplitude of the stationary wave. Sometimes some people may loosely call it amplitude of stationary wave, but actually the adjective is missing. It is a maximum amplitude because there is nothing called amplitude. Different points have different amplitudes. Unlike a progressive wave which we have done so far. This one is different. Rather, I would ask you why finally we call stationary wave, but we are discovering some properties कि नहीं कुछ तो अलग है, कुछ different है. ऐसा progressive wave में होता है, ऐसा नहीं होता है. Do you have any point which is completely stationary in a progressive wave? No. It will be stationary for a given time, but next moment it will move. जो topmost point होता है, उसके बाद रुक जाता है, फिर वापस नीचे आता है. फिर जो नीचे था वो ऊपर जाएगा. Everybody gets to move, and they get to move equally. Their amplitudes are same. But just appreciate this picture, point to point. Rest of it is description. What exactly is happening, you can see yourself. Wave आया, उसका reflected wave आया, उसको add किया और देखा कि क्या हो रहा है. वो हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है. And that node to node distance, that is called a loop. It looks like an eye. Yeah. So are you able to appreciate what is a node, what is an antinode, what is a loop? So now can you tell me, what is the gap between adjacent nodes? लिख लो. Gap between adjacent nodes is lambda by 2. That's an important learning from this. What is the gap between adjacent nodes? The gap between adjacent nodes is lambda by 2. Gap between adjacent nodes is lambda by 2. Similarly, tell me, what is the gap between adjacent antinodes? That will also be lambda by 2. इन दोनों का gap, ये बीच में से उसके बीच तक. So write this down. Gap between adjacent antinodes is lambda by 2. Gap between adjacent antinodes is lambda by 2. Third, what is the gap between adjacent node and antinode? Yes, the gap between adjacent node and antinode is lambda by 4. दिख रहा है ना? ये दिख रहा है नहीं? So अब every time ये नहीं बनाएंगे, बस stationary wave का equation देखेंगे तो ये सब हमें पता है. This is how it looks like. Gap between adjacent node and antinode is lambda by 4. How much is loop length? Which is another name for gap between adjacent nodes. From one node to another node is called a loop because it looks like a loop. So gap between nodes, the loop length is lambda by 2. So get this, I'm saying this whole thing again, it's damn important. Gap between adjacent nodes is lambda by 2. Gap between adjacent antinodes is lambda by 2. Gap between adjacent node and antinode is lambda by 4. Loop length is lambda by 2. That's it. So can I wipe this off? So there is an equation given, and CGS means it is in the centimeter gram second units, and several questions posed on that equation. So obviously I see you recognize this as a stationary wave equation. There is a spatial term, there is a temporal term, and that coefficient. So what is, okay, I did not say this. See, the two waves which give rise to the stationary wave, they are called component waves. These are component waves because the stationary wave is composed of these waves. And the stationary wave you get is 2a sine kx cos omega t. This is what we learned. This is the stationary wave. These are the component waves. Right? So, first thing is, what is the amplitude of the component wave? What is the amplitude of the stationary wave? What is the maximum amplitude of the stationary wave? So, can you tell me? What is the amplitude of the component wave? Yeah, because this 4 is equivalent to this 2a. The answer I am looking for is a. So 2a is 4 means a is 2 centimeter. Is it okay? What is the amplitude of the stationary wave?
So 4 cos pi. 4 cos pi.
This whole thing is the amplitude of the stationary wave. 4 cos pi x by 3. What is the maximum amplitude of the stationary wave?
4.
Yeah, this will be in centimeters too, and this will be 4 centimeter. Yes, sir. Are you clear on these terms?
Yes, sir.
The amplitudes. Amplitude समझो, ये तीनों मैं मिटाने वाला हूँ. हाँ, amplitudes हो गया. कितने तरह के amplitudes हो सकते हैं? कौन से amplitude पूछे हैं तेरा ध्यान से? Component wave का है, stationary wave का है, stationary wave का maximum amplitude है. Sometimes they may loosely call this also as an amplitude of stationary wave, but then get the context, what they're talking about. Agula hai velocity. Yeah, have you done these three?
So particle velocity. Particle.
हाँ, क्या हो और क्या हो सकता है?
So
स्टेशनरी वेव में तो वेव कहीं जा ही नहीं रहा है. पार्टिकल वेलोसिटी ही है, एंड दूसरा वेलोसिटी c फिक्स्ड हो गया पहले से. c is omega by k. So v मतलब, and I am giving you position and time. इसका मतलब पार्टिकल स्पीड ही पूछ रहे हैं, और क्या पूछ सकते हैं? Can I rub these three?
yes, sir.
ये तीनों हो गए.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And now the particle speed. How do you find particle speed? So as always, particle speed is del y by del t. You differentiate this. So what do you get? Pi x by 3 is a constant because x is a constant here. Derivative with respect to time. So this will become 40 pi into 4, 160 pi cos pi x by 3, and this will become cos 40 pi t. Is it okay? At which point do you want? X equal to 3 centimeter. When x is 3, 3 and 3 get cancelled. When t is 1 by 8, 40 by 8, this becomes pi pi. This is cos pi. Cos pi is minus 1. Cos pi pi is also minus 1. Minus 1 is 1. This is 160 pi centimeter per second. Is it okay? That's the answer. So I've got the particle speed. ऐसा ही किसी भी पोजीशन पे किसी भी टाइम पे निकाल सकते हैं. Acceleration भी निकाल सकते हैं. क्या करना है? एक बार फिर से डिफरेंशिएट कर दो. नहीं कर रहा मैं. So we have got velocity. डिफरेंशिएट करके वेलोसिटी निकाल सकते हैं. आगे बढ़ो. What is the gap between adjacent nodes equal to? lambda by 2. इसमें क्या नजर आ रहा है? ये x का कोफिशिएंट ये क्या है? What is that loop?
K2 by lambda.
K. That's K. This is omega. So you know K. So now lambda is what? Lambda is 2 pi by K. So pi by K. And what is K? Pi by 3. So pi upon pi by 3 is 3 centimeter. That's it. This is the gap between adjacent nodes. Gap between adjacent nodes is also done. What will be the gap between adjacent antinodes? 3. Gap between adjacent node and antinode? 3 by 2. Loop length? 3. That's it. Yeah. Next two questions. Position of nodes and position of antinodes. Before that, make sure you have got all this. I am rubbing up the board once again. You have got the gap between adjacent nodes, velocity, etc. So now I am doing position of nodes. Position of nodes. Now where do you get nodes? Nodes means the point doesn't move at all at any time. Everybody sleeps at some point of time, that doesn't matter. But if you are continuously sleeping, then only you call lazy. Right? So node is absolute laziness, doesn't move at all. So when will that happen? This will happen when spatial term is 0. Spatial term, if this is 0, ये sign क्या करेगा? इसका कुछ भी value हो, +1 -1 के बीच में कुछ भी हो सकता है, but something into 0 is always 0. So spatial term is 0, that is the idea of a node. If this is 0, now solve it. So what do you get? What the angle must be? This will be 2n minus 1 pi by 2. What multiple of pi by 2 is cos theta equal to 0. That's all. So what do you get? So x equal to so much.
Sir?
Yes?
Sir?
Yeah, tell
So
me.
could you please repeat why spatial term should be 0 for position of nodes again?
Because if this is 0, the y will always be 0, no? Time कुछ भी होता रहे. Sign will have different values, but something into 0 will always be 0. Position of nodes means what? Y should be 0 for all times. For all t. So that happens, that means it is independent of time. Time का कुछ भी होता रहे, मैं तो नहीं हिलता. So that will happen at when that sign, the spatial term becomes 0, it will always be 0. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So this will happen at which points? 3 by 2, 3 by 2, then 9 by 2, 15 by 2 centimeter, etc. These are the positions of the nodes. So likewise, what will be the position of antinodes? See, antinodes is the maximum amplitude. Amplitude means both sides, ऊपर भी नीचे भी. So that will happen when, if this term becomes plus or minus 1, the spatial term, when spatial term is either plus or minus 1, it's the same thing. Because if this is plus or minus 1, this value is plus or minus 4, and then sign can take different values, 1, 2, minus 1. So when it takes 1, it will become 4, when it takes minus 1, it will become minus 4. So the point which can jump the maximum, that is the antinode. Doesn't mean you are always at the maximum. You can jump the maximum. A high jump champion is not always on their position. He can jump to that position. That's what means a high jump champion. So antinode is a high jump champion. Among its neighbors, जो सबसे लंबी कूद मारता है. So that's the antinode. So spatial term is plus minus 1 means cos pi x by 3 is plus minus 1. This will happen if pi x by 3 is n pi or x equal to 3n, which means x is equal to 0, 3, 6, 9, etc. So these are the position of nodes. Anyway, you can see the gap. Gap between nodes is 3 centimeter. Gap between antinodes is also 3 centimeter, which is what it's supposed to be. So now mathematically we have established the exact position of the node and the antinode. The last question in the string of questions. What is the equation of the component waves? A stationary wave किससे बना है? So which means you have to break it up into two progressive waves. So that's a mathematical thing. So do you know the how you can break it as a sum formula? करो जो करना. Yes, can I rub this off? Left side. Yeah. What do we rewrite it as? We can rewrite it like this. It will be equal to 2 sine 40 pi t cos pi x by 3. Opposite. 2 sine A cos B. 2 sine A cos B, sine A plus B plus sine A minus B. So this will be equal to 2 sine A plus B, sine 40 pi t plus pi x by 3 plus sine 40 pi t minus pi x by 3. So can you see the two waves? One of them is 2 sine 40 pi t plus pi x by 3. Which way it is going? Negative x direction. ये अपना negative x वाला है. और उसके साथ कौन किसके साथ सुपर इम्पोज कर रहा है? इसके साथ 40 pi t minus pi x by 3. ये किधर जाएगा? ये उधर जाएगा. ऐसे ही सही है ना? So these are the component waves. The first wave and the second wave. And remember, this was the amplitude of the component wave. 2, 2. This is the first answer we gave. Well, that's it. So, I'm doing an article on speed of a transverse wave. I'm going to use it shortly. So, let's see. What is the speed of a transverse wave? I'll do the speed of a longitudinal wave later. So, let's imagine you have a string which you are shaking and the wave goes like this. Let's say the wave speed is c. Now, if you, let us say this is being watched by a person who is also moving with the same speed. So, this is the observer. We'll call it the IFR. You know the full form of IFR? Inertial frame of reference observer. Inertial frames are frames which are moving with a constant velocity with respect to another inertial frame. It is like saying that if something is done at the railway station, whatever life happens and the way you apply your laws, the same thing can be done on a railway train which goes with a constant speed. Life goes on as usual in the train also. खाना खाते हैं, सोते हैं, खेलते हैं, बात करते हैं, जो भी आप स्टेशन पे करते हो वो सब ट्रेन में भी हो सकता है. You don't have to take any special thing. Hey, you're going at 100 km speed. So what? Let it go now. What do you have to do? Go and sleep. So we don't have to be afraid कि कुछ जब हो रहा है. As long as a constant speed. If it's accelerating, that is different. If you're accelerating, that will be called AFR, accelerated frame of reference. I'm not talking about that now. So for this person, what happens? For this person, this is the crest of the wave, and this is the person. So the wave and the crest move together. So this person always sees the crest. For this person, for IFR, wave is frozen. That means there is no wave actually. You will experience the wave. The point which is here will go down and the next point will go up. But for this person, point which is in front of the person always stays in front of the person. So it looks like a mountain, not a wave. Right? A frozen wave. That's why I'm using. But the string goes backwards. For you, the string doesn't go sideways. In the wave, string doesn't move. Wave moves, string remains there. It may go up and down, but doesn't move. But for this person who is moving with C, yeah, we are assuming it's moving with the same speed as that of the wave. The string will be going backwards. It's just like when you watch from a moving train, the adjacent tracks, they go backwards with the same speed as you are going forward. In the train's frame of reference, whatever you see is true. The adjacent track goes backwards. So this is the observation made by this person. So let's say if this person makes a free body diagram of a bit of the string, laws of physics are same. So how will we make a free body diagram of that bit? This I am enlarging and showing to you. For this person, the bit looks like this. It's large. It is subtending some angle at its instantaneous radius of curvature. Let us say this element is of d theta. So half the element will be d theta by 2. And this string is going backwards along the circle. So we can say it has a centripetal acceleration v square by r. In this case, we will say c square by r. The neighbors of the string are pulling the string with tension T. Right? So we can resolve this tension in the tangential direction. This will be T cos d theta by 2, T cos d theta by 2, and the radial direction T sin d theta by 2, T sin d theta by 2. Is that okay? This angle is d theta by 2, as you can see from the geometry. Yeah, you might have done this from resolution earlier, have you? This is the resolution of this element. So, what is the Newton's laws? I am assuming the tension in the string to be T and mu as the mass per unit length. We call it linear density. So, what is the Newton's laws? Newton's laws would be these two forces get cancelled. Tangential components. The vertical component is 2t sin d theta by 2 is equal to mass into acceleration. Yeah, getting out of the board. The Newton's laws I am writing here, 2t sin d theta by 2 will be mass into acceleration. What is the mass? Mu r d theta. R d theta is the arc length. R is the radius of instantaneous radius of curvature. Don't worry about what is R. R will get eliminated. Look, R is cancelling off. So what is sine of a small angle? Sine theta equals theta. So sine d theta by 2 will be just d theta by 2. And 2 gone, d theta gone, R gone. What is C? C equals root T by mu. That's the result. This is the speed of a transverse wave in a string. Yeah, is that okay? We can do it from this IFR perspective in a better way like this. Yeah, there are other ways of doing it. It's much more complicated. This gives us a smart way of doing it. So hence I'm sharing it. The speed of a transverse wave is root T by mu. So it depends on tension and the linear density, which means how thick the string is and what is it made up of. Bronze, aluminium, copper, everybody will have a different. So the material properties of the string govern what is the speed of the wave. Speed of the wave depends on the medium. So root T by mu, is that okay?
So the point that you took is any point on the string, right?
Rather it's a point, let us say, on the crest, or at least symmetrically present there. Because actually tension, you know, can vary slightly. Tension does vary, but we are having an assumption that tension doesn't vary much. There is a slight variation of tension, because otherwise the string won't get stretched. But we are taking the tension which is initially there. So take the tension near the top. Yeah, that's the point which will have actually the zero slope.
Yeah.
So that tension won't vary. Other point tension will vary. So I'm taking a point which is right on the crest. This is the crest of the wave. So you're watching the crest. So this free body is about the crest. And this person always gets the crest in front of the person. So are you okay with this derivation? centripetal acceleration comes because the string will appear to go backwards for this person. You cannot do this. The person sees it going backwards, so therefore he is applying the physics as he sees it. But the answers will be same for both you and the person. Final results can't differ. Here what you have actually found is the person's speed. But the person's speed happens to be the wave speed. Or you have found the string speed, but the string speed is same as the wave speed.
Sir,
Yes?
can it be traveled by any other speed than c?
What are you saying?
Travel can I nothing is your speed
Any
so
other speed, if we travel by any
If you travel by any other speed, you can't do this. That's all. So don't travel. I'm not asking what will happen if our interest is in getting the wave speed, therefore you're traveling by wave speed. I'm not interested in what this observer will feel. If you travel by any other speed, this wave crest won't be constant, then it will also shake. Then what's wrong in the way you observe it? And that's a popular resolution along a circle. We have done this, I think, somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
leaving stress.
We had certain things like that in the movie. Yeah, let's assume a rope which is spinning like this with omega. Let's say its mass per unit length is mu and its length is L. So this rope is spinning like that. So questions for you. One, what is the tension at any spot x? X is a point away from the center. What is the speed of a pulse? What I'm going to do is generate a pulse here, and this pulse will travel out. So in this moving, if you pluck it like that, like we pluck the string of a guitar or sitar, if you pluck it, a pulse will go like this. So what is the speed of the pulse at a distance x? And lastly, how much time will the pulse take to move from center to periphery? बीच में से end तक जाने में कितना time लगेगा? These are the questions. So the first thing, I'll take a small element here. What is the length of the element dx? This will have two tensions, one in this spot and the other at that spot. Tension on the left and the right need not be same. So at x the tension is T, at x plus dx the tension is T plus dt. Is that okay? Now under the action of these forces, this body is having a centripetal acceleration omega square x, because it's spinning with omega. So that's the free body and that's the thing. So what is the Newton's laws on this? So Newton's laws will be T minus T plus dt will be equal to mass into acceleration. What is the mass? It will be mu dx, mass per unit length into length. So this is minus dt and this is mu omega square x dx. So you can integrate this as a differential equation. You can integrate this. At x equal to 0, I don't know what my tension is. Rather, I know my tension at x equal to L. What is the tension here? 0. Because there's nothing to pull on. If there's nothing to pull, what will you pull? Tension nahi hoga. So at x, the tension is T. At x equal to L, the tension is 0. So look at the limits. And now this can be written as If you exchange the limits, the negative sign will go away. So this will be integral dt from 0 to t, which will be t. So what is t? This is t. This is mu omega square x square by 2. L square minus x square by 2. So mu omega square L square minus x square by 2. Is it okay? That's the first one, tension at distance x. What is the speed at distance x? Root t by mu. So divide this by mu. This is t divided by mu. If you take an under root, so this thing will look like. Shall I leave it like that? T by mu under root. Omega बाहर निकल गया. 2 का under root 2 L square. Root L square minus square. This is the speed. So it's a variable speed. Tension is varying, so speed will vary. So with the variable speed, if you travel, how much time you will take? That's the next part of the question.
तो पहले पल्स दी और बाद में घुमाया है.
घुमाते हुए पल्स दिया है. पल्स दिया, घुमाया, घुमाते हुए पल्स दिया, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? बाद में जब हो गया सब कुछ उसके बाद कर रहे हैं. So don't worry कैसे करेंगे कैसे भी. I mean it's not t equal to 0. We're starting off. What is the time taken for the pulse? Will the pulse take to move from center to periphery? So ये सब हो रहा है और अब मैं एक ऐसे प्लग किया, then the thing will go like that towards the periphery from the center. How long does it take? To answer this question, the time aspect. So I put this is your dx by dt. Can I say that? So dx by dt will be dx by root of L square minus x square is equal to omega by root 2 dt. The differential equation, and you integrate this. At 0 time you are at 0x. At time t you are at L. Are you aware this is a standard integral? Or what is this? This is sin inverse x by L. Okay, you can, shall I do it here? Integral 1 by root a square minus x square dx. What is the answer? So put x equal to a sin theta. And dx will be equal to a cos theta. Dx by d theta will be a cos theta. If you substitute it here, the integral I becomes dx is a cos theta d theta, and what you have is a square minus a square sin square theta, which is also a cos theta. The answer is theta. And what is theta? Theta is sin inverse x by a. That's why I'm saying this is what is this? I'm putting it on top.
So,
Yeah.
so for the small element, why is the tension on the right side greater than the left?
It is not greater.
Then it will be the reverse.
dt doesn't mean greater. dt can be negative. I do not know what it is. If I knew, then what am I calculating? I only know at x इसका t होगा तो x plus dx में t plus dt. Plus dt का मतलब ज़्यादा नहीं है. dt नेगेटिव हो सकता है ना. और जबकि नेगेटिव है. What you are saying is you expect कि नहीं वो t बड़ा होना चाहिए because there is centripetal acceleration. You are right, but I am not putting it. Let the mathematics take care of it. So at x it is t, at x plus dx it is t plus dt. That's all. That's how we say in calculus. Yeah, at x the function is y, at x plus dx the function is y plus dy. x में चेंज करेंगे तो y में भी चेंज होगा. चेंज कितना होगा? हो सकता है कुछ भी नहीं हो, that will be a constant function. ज़्यादा भी हो सकता है, increasing function. कम भी हो सकता है, decreasing function. जो भी है वो अपने आप देख लेंगे. So this side is sin inverse. I mean this if you put there, this is a sin inverse x by L from 0 to L. On the right side you have omega t by root 2. Again 0 to t. So this is sin inverse 1, which is pi by 2 minus sin inverse 0, which is 0, is equal to omega t by root 2. Therefore, what is t? T is pi by omega root 2. Is it okay? So that's the time it will take to reach the periphery. The third part of the question, Yeah, 1, 2, 3 are steps to get the final answer.
Can you explain the small part?
Which part? Small part is oh, this part. That's the mathematical integration I am doing. How do you integrate a root of a square minus x square? Yeah, I'm just giving a substitution method. Are you aware of some calculus?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you don't know calculus, forget it. Just get the answer. If you know something, I'm just prompting you. Yeah. So put x equal to a sin theta and you will be able to get this answer. Even if you don't understand how you got this, don't worry, you will be taught that in calculus. And I thought maybe you know this introduction to calculus part. If you know it, it's fine. If you don't know it, still it's fine. I'm teaching you the physics part. This answer becomes this. Just like, this is the standard integral. 1 by root a square minus x square is sine inverse x by a. Are the three parts, 1, 2, 3, the physics parts, are they clear? Let's look at what we call as a sonometer. That's a popular instrument in a physics lab. And what is this instrument? You have a wire which is tied to a pulley which is weighed down by some weights. And this pulley is on a board and there are some wedges kept on this board. Wedge. So basically this will be very tight. Now when you pluck this string, a wave goes to the right, it will act like a fixed end and reflect, and what will be set up is a stationary wave in the string. Okay? So how do these stationary waves, this is a hollow box. Okay? So that's the picture. So this is a string which is stretched. How do you stretch it? By putting weights. So when you pluck it like that, now suppose I take this position as x equal to 0 and this position as x equal to L. We know that the stationary wave on this will be, now y will be equal to, instead of 2a I am writing it as a max sine kx cos omega t. Why is it I am putting sine kx? Because at x equal to 0 you are getting a node. If I don't get a node, then I won't put sine kx, I might put something else. Like suppose at x equal to 0 get an antinode, and I should put cos kx because then only it will give the maximum term. So what you will put depends on what is the boundary. At x equal to 0 what is happening? I know this is happening. Now also x equal to L is a node. How do you know this? Well, it is tight now. This has to be a node. This is a node compulsory. This is a node compulsory because this cannot move. It is very tightly put there. Right? So if it is a node, that means the spatial term there, sin KL will be 0, is it not? The spatial term must be 0 for a node. If KL is 0, this means KL equals n pi. And KL equals n pi means what? 2 pi by lambda L equals n pi, pi gets cancelled, so you get lambda equals 2L by n. If lambda is, so lambda cannot be anything, it has to be 2L by n, which means, what is frequency? Frequency C by lambda. But what is C? Just now we have found it is root T by mu. What is 1 by lambda? N by 2L. This is the frequency of a sonometer. The frequency of a sonometer cannot be anything arbitrarily. N can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has to be a multiple of this value. So in physics terms we will say the sonometer frequency is quantized. What is the minimum frequency? The minimum frequency, as you can see, is this. This is the lowest possible frequency for a given tension and given mu. This is also called the fundamental frequency. Oh, that's why I put FF already. F minimum, or shall I say, I will call it FF, fundamental frequency. We have a term called harmonic, or let us say what is the meaning of nth harmonic by definition. Nth harmonic is n times the fundamental frequency. The fundamental frequency itself is 1 times fundamental frequency, that will be called the first harmonic. Suppose this value is, just to give a term, value, the minimum frequency is 100 Hertz. So 300 Hertz will be called the third harmonic, 500 Hertz will be called fifth harmonic. Just a way of saying how many times you are of the minimum. Every device that plays has a particular minimum frequency. So if it is now playing at a higher level, what multiple is it playing of? That is called harmonic. So this sonometer is basically a depiction of any stringed instrument. In music, you have stringed instruments and percussion instruments. Percussion is where you blow air, like a flute or a trumpet, horn, whatever. Whistle also is you are blowing air. The other is you play with strings. Sitar, guitar, banjo, piano, all these are strings inside, and strings are plugged. You may have special, in piano you have special devices, you don't see the string that's inside, but you are having some levers and the strings are being struck at some point. So the stringed instrument is basically the sonometer. How do you play? Now this unit of harmonic, it's called harmonic because when you have a basic frequency and higher frequency, it sounds pleasant to the ear. Suppose you have 100, 200, 400 coming together, it will be pleasant. But if you have 100, 200, 123 coming, you will feel something is wrong. हम बोलते हैं ना, suppose two people, let's take a duet song. A male voice and a female voice are there, that's called a duet song. Obviously their frequencies are not same, otherwise how will it be male, female? The female frequencies are higher compared to male frequency. What is frequency in ordinary language? What do you call? What is the term used for that? Pitch. You can have a higher pitch or a lower pitch. I can lower my pitch if I want. Or you can increase your pitch. Okay. So you can have a higher pitch or a lower pitch. Now everybody has a range of frequencies. But what we are saying is a female voice will have a range which is higher. If a male voice is from 100 to 400, female voice may be 400 to 800. There are common frequencies also. That's why it's possible many times some artists they perform, they sing both. They sing like a male and then they turn their face and sing like a female. It's possible because it's basically frequency manipulation. But if the male and female are singing the same song, obviously they are on the same frequency, but then what do you mean? When the male sings from 100 to 200, the female will have to sing from 300 to 600. ये 1:2:3 गया तो वो भी 1:3 में जाएगा. 100, 200, 300. The female will have to put 300, 600, 900. Same ratio. When they sing like that, फिर हम कहेंगे सुर में गा रहे हैं, वरना हम कहेंगे बेसुरे हैं. We cannot measure the frequency, but our ears can pick it up. We know when that song is being sung in tune. And not only the male and female, you have the orchestra at the back. तबला भी बज रहा है, पियानो भी बज रहा है, गिटार बज रहा है, सबका फ्रीक्वेंसी एक है क्या? ऑब्वियसली एक नहीं है. बट फिर सब लोग साथ साथ कैसे? बट सब हार्मोनी में होंगे. हार्मोनिक मतलब ये ऐसा होगा इनके बीच में, ये बीच का उल्टा सीधा नहीं आना चाहिए. मैथमेटिकल है ये. So the ratio has to be maintained. And you don't count it while singing, you kind of know it instinctively. And you do it. But what are you doing is manipulating the frequency, right? How do you play it? If I talk mathematically, what is music? The one is you have to get the harmonics. Now what is happening in a guitar, sitar? See, you have different strings. What is the purpose of different strings? एक टूट गया दूसरा बजा इसलिए. एक कोई स्टेपनी नहीं है. एक टूट गया दूसरा बजा. They are all different strings. If you go and ask for the guitar string or sitar string, they will say which string, or they will give the entire packet of strings. So because each string has a different thicknesses and different materials also. The mews are different. The guitar mew and the sitar mew and everything will be different. It is standardized. So that is given by the manufacturer. And then you have tension. Do you have knobs in that to tighten? तो गिटार सितार जो भी है टाइट कर सकते हैं. बजाने से पहले टाइट करते हैं appropriately. टाइट हो गया, म्यू फिक्स हो गया, टी फिक्स हो गया, फिर बजाना शुरू होता है. एक तरफ हम प्लग करते हैं, दूसरी तरफ कुछ ऐसे ऐसे करते हैं. ये सपोज कुछ भी नहीं किया, ऐसे छोड़ दिया और ये प्लग किया. The entire string will vibrate in one piece. If the entire string vibrates in one piece, that will be like n equal to 1. And this is there. Or you can change the length. ऐसा किया और एक जगह दबा दिया. So जितना तुमने बाकी छोड़ा है उतना ही वाइब्रेट करेगा. अगर 1 मीटर का स्ट्रिंग है, तुमने ऐसे आधे में पकड़ा टाइट, तो 50 सेंटीमीटर वाइब्रेट करेगा. और किया 25 सेंटीमीटर. So what are you doing? You are doing like that. L1, L2, L3. And while you are doing L1, L2, L3, you are getting F1, F2, F3. You are getting different frequencies. What is the painting? Pouring colors in the canvas. Of course, you do it harmonically. Okay, if pouring colors on the canvas is painting, then pouring frequencies in space is music. So there you are doing it. Well, again you do it harmonically. Like a painting means you just flash of any color is not painting. Well, you can call it. So that way flash of any string is also music that way. So that's the idea, right? I don't know if you have seen some past where this M.F. Hussain used to paint, right? And there was other Hussain, who's that? What is this, that fellow who shakes his hands? Zakir Hussain, yes. So the M.F. Hussain and Zakir Hussain, they would do Jugalbandi. They do it fusion music. ये क्या कर रहे हैं यार? ये तो painting करता है, ये गाना बजाता है. No, as he is playing, he will do the painting. So you'll say, what is the connection? That is the connection, man. As he's increasing the frequencies, he's putting different colors. They have some balance between them. So as he's finished playing his music, he has finished his painting, done. And you see the correspondence. That is what I'm talking about. So there is a correspondence there. Now an artist doesn't calculate the length and all that. He plays the music by feel, but he has got it by practice. He exactly keeps his hand, it comes. But an instrument like Casio, which is a computerized thing, so it can Casio you can play, or you can even put it in automatic mode. You can press one button and Beethoven's symphony will come out. And you say, अरे क्या बजाता है यार? वो क्या बजाता है? पता लगा हाथ छोड़ के ही बजाता है. ये देखो, because वो पहले से बज रहा है यार, वो बजा ही नहीं रहे. So that's because the computer, the algorithm is fit. What has to be the L1, L2 correspond to different times. But computer बेवकूफ है, उसे कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है. उसे सिर्फ इतना पता है कि इस टाइम पे इतना लेंथ करना है, वो कर देगा. It is an absolute slave. But it will play the great music without understanding what the hell is going on. But that can also be done. Mathematically also you can do it. So this is called the sonometer. Now this is the mathematical frequency that you have got. I rub this off and I'll show the same thing graphically now. I'll develop the same idea graphically so that you can understand what is going on now pictorially. This was mathematical. Something was done and achanak ek frequency aa gaya. Can I wipe this off? Yeah, that's all. So you can start off with this homework. And yes, I'm still continuing to do this. It's not over, so don't worry if you get stuck in a few places. But start off, you will be able to do a lot of that.
सर
Yes.
सर वो वर्लिंग रूप में थोड़ा डाउट है.
किसमें?
वर्लिंग रूप है ना वो
बोलो.
सर रूप के एक्सट्रीम एंड पे टेंशन 0 की हो गया सर.
क्योंकि कोई टेंशन, कोई भी फोर्स होता है. What is the force? Force is always a relationship. Hello, please be silent. Class is not yet over. There are a few doubts people want to ask and it may be relevant to you. He's asking why should the tension be 0 at the end? So I am saying any force is a relationship between two things. Can you have a force for a single body My right hand can hit the left hand. If there is no left hand, how will I hit? You can shake the hand, but that is not a hit. Only when the left hand comes, it's a clap. Two things have to be there. You say, nahi, nahi, main apne haath se marunga. Even then, the finger will hit the palm. Or even if you snap the fingers, one will be hitting the other. There also has to be two for a force to be there. So I call a force relationship. Relationship is always between two, right? I'm a friend. Of whom? No, I'm a friend. If you say I'm my own friend, maybe you have two people inside you. मैं और मेरी तन्हाई अक्सर So then it is okay. There are two people and you converse, and that's possible. You can have an entire parliament inside you, but at least you have those partitions. Yeah, in a computer also it's possible. No? You can have a partition, and one can interact with the other. इसका फाइल उसको पता नहीं, उसका फाइल उसको पता नहीं, उसको तुमने पास किया, चलो तेरे को एक गाना सुनाता हूँ, उसको दिया, अरे वाह क्या बात है, उसी कंप्यूटर में है बट याद नहीं है किसी को. So partition is possible, but at least there are two always. So interaction is always between two. The force is between two. Rope के end में आगे क्या है, कुछ है ही नहीं, तो किसको खींचेगा? जब खींचने के लिए कुछ नहीं है तो क्या खींचेगा? इसलिए खिंचाव zero है. Tension is zero at the end because there's nothing to pull. Elsewhere you have things on the left and the right and you pull somebody. That's the possible. So T is zero at the end. Is it okay? Yeah, somebody who asked a question has to say yes.
सर पर एडजेसेंट जो पॉइंट था वो तो खींचेगा ना, मतलब उसके लेफ्ट में जो है
1 to 100 करें तो 99 100 को खींचेगा, 100 99 को खींचेगा, 100 101 को नहीं खींचेगा क्योंकि 101 नहीं है. आगे कैसे खींचेगा?
हाँ सर.
ठीक है. हेलो.
क्या सर क्या? हाँ सर.
I'm answering this for you. So you have to. Where are you speaking from? Dadar.
From Dadar.
Dadar. Okay. Yeah, you're from Dadar. Great. I was there today. So, dear Dadar, at the end of the rope there is nothing to pull on. Therefore, tension is zero. That's all. Are you getting this? If you punch in the air,
okay,
are you punching something?
No.
हवा में मुक्का मारना आसान है, दीवार पे मारो पता लगेगा. तुम्हें फील आता है ना इधर?
हाँ सर.
हाँ, वही है. एंड में कुछ भी नहीं है तो हवा में जितना भी जोर से मुक्का मारो अच्छा लगेगा. दीवार पे मारोगे पता लगेगा मुक्के का क्या इफेक्ट है. So
okay,
that feel will come only when there is something in front. Otherwise it won't come. Right?
Okay.
So even when you are doing this, everything else will pain except the knuckles. But when you have a wall in front, the knuckle will be the one which will be broken first. Because you will feel the tension here, or the normal force in this case. Yes, we will continue from here. Attempt the questions of stationary waves we have started. About 80% we have done. So go ahead and start it off. And maybe somewhere in between I'll ask you, we are doing second section, after the third section I'll give a kind of a break where I'll ask you, are all the questions over, and the doubts if you have, I'll take it up some. See, lots of doubts, मुझे नहीं लगता doubts होना चाहिए भाई, तुम्हारे इतने सारे solved example किए हैं, ये जो homework है ये सब हो जा रहा है, at least class वाले यहाँ पे जो बैठे हैं वो कह रहे हैं हो गया है, and I expect the same thing from you. And still if something happens, I'm available. After the third class I will ask, third section, not the class. That's not class wise, it is section wise. So it depends on how it goes. So we are in the second section now, 2 by 5 I write, that's what it means. So after 3 by 5 I'll ask you, कि हाँ भाई हो गया सब. So if you are stuck somewhere, we'll do a doubt before we go further. But don't wait for me. I want an ideal answer saying, हाँ हो गया sir, आगे बढ़ो. ठीक है? See you.